Fala galera, aqui quem fala é o Medroso e hoje trazendo pra vocês mais um vídeo. E dessa vez estamos de volta aqui na nossa série de Alan Wake. Bem, no último, chegamos no episódio 2, né? No último episódio nós paramos bem aqui, no Parque Nacional, no parque, chegamos aqui no parque. E... peraí. Se vocês quiserem ler é só pausar o vídeo. E bem, estamos aqui, vamos lá.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy? And his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
All right, wait here.
Tá ok. Vamos dar um confere. Bora aqui, eu acho que tem que falar com o cara ali fora.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Ok.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Posso jogar? Obrigado.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing, listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Posso jogar? Muito obrigado. Ah, tá aqui o formulário. Bora levar lá pro cara.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Beleza.
Just keep your
Eita porra, o que que deu?
It's right below that.
Ah tá, olha lá.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
Ok. E agora os cachorros começaram a latir. Bora lá.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Vamos embora antes que ele comece a falar de novo. E agora os cachorros estão tudo latindo, né? Que legal. Galera, antes eu tenho que explicar um negócio, né? Eu já tinha gravado essa parte, porém, deu um erro no meu microfone e o meu áudio não saiu. Então, eu provavelmente não vou me assustar com o que eu já me assustei ou alguma coisa assim. Mas eu vou ter que regravar, né? A série tem que continuar. Aqui tinha uma cafeteira, agora não tem mais. Opa, bateria. Porque eu já peguei, né? Daí contabiliza tudo. Provavelmente os manuscritos também vai aparecer como eu já tenha pego. Mas vou rever, achar eles provavelmente tudo de novo, eu acho. Se não, paciência. Pelo menos o jogo vai continuar. Então vamos lá. Infelizmente aconteceu essa desgraça comigo. Sempre quando eu tô penso em que vai dar tudo certo, dá alguma coisa errada comigo, cara. Porra, é foda. Daí eu acabo desanimando. Aqui tem outra cafeteira também, tá? Pra quem quiser. Mas vamos lá. Desânimo é foda, cara. Porra.
Al, I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Beleza. Bora lá. Mas os manuscritos reaparecem, então eu vou pegar de novo pra vocês verem, tá? Então, vamos lá.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Ok. Dá pra entender, cara?
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Ok.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Tá. Agora vamos aqui. Eu sei que aqui tem alguma coisa. Ué, que foi isso? Aqui. Aqui tem munição. Eu já sei. E vamos escutar o rádio.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah, it's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Ok. Filha da puta, que é aquilo? Ô, cara, eu jurei que passou alguém ali fora, velho. Cacete, agora realmente eu levei um cagaço. Porra, jurei que tinha alguém ali fora. Nossa, agora o coração bateu. Porra! Isso ali eu não tinha prestado atenção. Meu Deus, cara. Isso também não tinha acontecido comigo, não. Porra, velho. Que cagaço que eu levei. Tá, tem mais uma casinha aqui. Vamos dar uma olhada pra ver se não tem nada. O Alan já cansou, né? O nome do jogo não devia ser Alan Wake. Devia ser Alan Cansado. Porque, porra, o cara cansa muito rápido. Então tá, né? Vamos... Deixa eu ver se não tem nada aqui. Não. Vamos ver a TV. Mais um seriado.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark, believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
É isso aí. Bora lá. Vamos. Cá tem uma subida. Vamos ver. Bora. Tem outro manuscrito. Ô, carai. Bora pegar.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Ok. Acho que se eu descer daqui eu morro, né? Ah, não. Morro não. Beleza. Eita! Ah, tá. Foi por causa do checkpoint. Ó, outro manuscrito.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Ok. Bora. Continuar
vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Bora lá.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming!
Please, help me!
Ruim com a Alan cansa, cara.
Help me! Can you hear me?
Hello?
Anyone? Please help! Back here. I'm back here.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Beleza. Vamos lá.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Pegar o manuscrito.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Show. Agora vamos aqui dentro. Ah, tá. Tem que abrir, né? Senão não entra. Ver se não tem nada pra cá. Nope. Manuscrito.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Ok. Oi. Ah, bateria e munição. Tem mais munição? Não.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Eita que o cara tá berrando. Vamos lá.
Rusty! Rusty!
The ground was covered with orange patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Hunters need hunting licenses.
Tá. Vamos lá. O cara sumiu.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Mataram o doguinho. Que filhos da puta. Opa, tem munição aqui.
Who purchase a park? License, no bay?
Pega a munição, pega a munição.
At all times.
Ai, ele é dos rapidinhos.
Never. Two bears and wolves never approached any other closer than
Caceta. Fica quieto.
never leave your head unattended.
Ué?
To remove any
Aí.
this includes even
Tranquilou. Deixa eu pegar mais munição. Show. Eita porra, veio mais já? Pegar mais munição. A munição ali é infinita mesmo. Então a gente aproveita pra pegar a munição. Agora é pra lá. Ah, tá. Acho que esse aqui é o Alan cansado Wake. Vamos. Misericórdia. Vamos pra cá. Descer. Checa pointer. Descer mais um pouquinho.
What the hell was that? I saw from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Ah, agora tu acredita no Alan Wake? Ué, pensei que dava pra passar. Mas na real dá. Será que tem alguma coisa aqui? Não. Eu acredito que não, né? Mas... Caralho, quase que eu caio, velho. Porra, essa foi por pouco. Nada. Tem uma luz lá. Tem um manuscrito aqui também. No manuscrito.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Pesado. Save. Vamos. It's here. Munição já tô cheio, então continua descendo Alan Wake. Eita porra. Lá não tem nada. Então, bora reto.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Tá, vamos aqui que aqui eu tô ligado que tem coisa. Ó. Foda que ele cansa, velho. Porra, se ele não cansasse, ia ser rapidinho. O foda é que a gente tá jogando um videogame, tá ligado? É um jogo. Não precisava ser realista e ele cansar. É um videogame, caralho. Eu já fico cansado na vida real, pra que eu vou me cansar no videogame também? Isso aí é sacanagem. Mas fazer o que, né? Paciência. Ah, cansou já. Oh, meu Deus. Oh, meu Deus. Esse menino cansa. Pra quê? Oxente. Tá, é pra cá? Pra cá. Uma cabine tefelônica. Ui, caiu o bagulho, né? Tem nada ali. Eita porra. Ah, ó, tem aqui também. Eu vou direto. Caralho! Ui, viado do caceta. Que cagaço que eu levei, cara. Dá pra correr? Vamos dar uma corridinha. E dar uma viradinha. Daí a gente dá uma corridinha de novo. E dá uma viradinha de novo. Daí tu dá uma viradinha de novo. E dá outra viradinha de novo. E corre. Ui! Vira de novo. E corre de novo. E foda-se os caras, tá ligado? Tem que só... Ui! Tá caralho, viado! Eita porra, agora fudeu. Devia ter matado. Porque agora fudeu mesmo. Misericórdia. Eu nem sei pra onde tem que ir. Ah, fudeu! Fudeu, 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 fudeu. Fudeu, fudeu. Fudeu, 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 fudeu. Fudeu. Pegou, filha da puta. O Alan tá cansado já, né? Como sempre. Nunca vi. O cara se cansa muito rápido, velho. Vai tomar no cu. Ai! Filha da puta! Sai daqui! Ah, agora eu vou matar. Foda-se. Quer dizer, não vou matar não, porque eu vou morrer. Como é que eu vou matar se eu já tô morto? E ele se tranca ainda. Ah, tomar no cu. Pois bem, galera. Voltando. Porra, voltei aqui de trás. Não, agora eu vou matar,
Lover's Peak was
foda-se.
at the far end of the nature trail.
Agora foda-se, eu vou matar. Não devia ter não matado. Vem cá, ô seu arrombado. Agora vão tomar no cu. Agora vocês vão tomar no cu. Pera aí, só deixa eu ir pra lá, só pra ficar mais fácil. Aí. Ó. Um já foi. Quem quer ser o próximo? Ah, foi os dois? Pronto. Vão tomar no cu de vocês. Tem alguma coisa pra lá? Agora que eu matei eles, dá pra mim vir aqui, né? Ah, tinha.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth when he left the diner. Rose was just the kind of fan that Al hated, but she really tried to help. She was smart too, knew a lot about what was going on in the town, knew a lot about Al, even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al rarely saw eye to eye.
Ok. Porra, que bicho filha da puta, cara. Ai, não queria ter morrido. Desgraçado. Foda é que o cara se desespera, daí se perde, daí já era. Foda-se. Daí o cara não consegue fazer mais nada direito. Ó, ali. Eu nem sei o caminho. Eu achava que era por ali, mas eu acho que não é mais não. E eu não vou matar eles. Agora eu posso correr. Deixa eu seguir o caminho. Porra, era por aqui, cara. Vão tomar no cu de vocês. Ui. Ó, ali tem um save. Cadê o grandão? Ah, tá ali. Vai, 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 vai. Porra, Alan. Caralho. Ah, adivinha quem se fudeu muito? Ah, acabou. Porra. É. Pula. Pronto. Um save. Oh, fechou. Ah, galera, é isso aí. Espero que vocês tenham gostado, tá? Porra, que parte chata do cacete, cara. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Porque, infelizmente, deu aquele erro no microfone e eu tive que regravar tudo de novo. Então, eu acho que esse episódio ficou até meio chato. Infelizmente, eu acho que ficou chato. Mas é isso, tá? Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Não esqueça de avaliar. Se possível, deixe seu comentário. Até meu próximo vídeo. Fui!